Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Got some stuff on my dashboard. Trying to fix my hair. It looked nice earlier, and look how long it is. It's like starting to do this like shelf thing. Before long I'll have a Dorothy Hamill. Do you guys remember those back in the day? The Dorothy Hamills. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah, I took a shower earlier and my hair looks so nice, and then I took a nap and now it doesn't look so nice. I was actually thinking about this earlier. I was thinking, because I was like trying to lay real gently, you know, as I was taking a nap, so I could like just like have this hair so it wouldn't be real smushed. It always reminds me of like the old ladies at the casino. When you go to the casino, it cracks me up. All my good Judies, like they've taken a nap in the afternoon and then they took that like roller brush and they brushed that back part of their hair out. You know what I mean? And so it's like brushed. It looks like they took a nap in the back of their hair and then they decided to come to the casino at 2 o'clock in the morning. I live for that. That's kind of the casino look for all of us, because we've been taking late naps and then we go to the casino at 1 o'clock in the morning. Speaking of which, I spent the majority of the day today playing lightning strikes on my phone. I'm giddy tonight. I don't know what it is. I'm in a good mood. Playing lightning strikes on my phone, which is, I talked about this the other day. It's the app that has the slot machines that are just like at the casino. So I sat and I drank a Diet Coke and I felt like I was just right up in the casino. And I called Valerie. And I said, Valerie, I'm at the casino. And she started laughing. And she was pissed because I am up to like, well, I think I have like, now it's some ridiculous amount of money because I got 2 good bonuses back to back. I think I'm up to like 100 and, oh, let's see. I don't know how many millions of dollars I have at this point. I mean, it's all fake money. Because you're going to be real upset when you go back to the casino and you realize that's not real. I said, shut up. Anyway, let's see. I have $177 million. So I just kind of sat around and played that all day today. Got up late today as well. Alex and I both did. Oh, my wrist is hurting. It always hurts for a while after I sleep. Like I was talking about that the other day on here about me talking to my dad about that. Somebody asked in the comment section how Valerie's doing. Valerie's doing well. I talked to her today. Talked to her twice today, actually. And she is doing fine. Yesterday, she said she just didn't feel like talking on the phone a whole lot yesterday. She's like, I didn't talk to anybody yesterday. I just really didn't feel like talking on the phone. And, you know, I think, like, for all of us, we're all feeling all different kinds of ways, and you know, some days I was thinking about this because I was like, yesterday I didn't make any videos on my channels except for my vlog, and then today I woke up and I was listening to my new audiobook. I'm listening to The Wife Between Us, which is really, really good, and I was just kind of slow-paced doing anything, and I think like I had a plan to do this Q&A with Alex and I today, and then I was going to film another video. I was going to film a drama video, and then I was going to do this review with this pasta stuff, and then what else was I going to do? And then I was going to do this, well, just a meditation video on my Peter Risman's channel, and then my March reads from my BookTube channel. I was going to make videos on all of my channels. And I was sitting there, and I came down in the kitchen, and Alex, like, was making hamburgers. He had, like, started making hamburgers when I came downstairs. And, so I was like, did you still want to do the Q&A and the review thing? And he said, yeah, sure. And I could kind of tell, like, he was, like, just kind of wanting to relax. I was like, well, if you don't want to, we don't have to do that today. Because he was the one that kind of, like, came up with the idea to do the, you know, the Q&A. And he was like, well, can we do it tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. We can do it tomorrow, you know? And so, then I was like looking through stuff, and I had some different kind of like drama videos I was gonna make. And by that point, it was like 5 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? I think I just want to enjoy the day. And it was interesting because I was just rolling through Instagram, and do you guys know who the guy is? He does like the fans and stuff. He's real funny. He's from Los Angeles. I think his name is Mike something. I'm never gonna be able to find him now. Oh shoot, I just saw it when I was rolling through here. And you know what? I'm never gonna be able to find him. If I put in the guy with fans on Instagram. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? He wears the fans and the wigs. He's really funny. He's like a huge following. No. I think this might be it. MKIK808. Let's see if this is it. Mark. I thought his name was Mike. MKIK. Oh, yeah, it is that. Yep, that's him. Okay, so, it says artist. When they tell me to walk a straight line, I put on crooked shoes. If you guys have never seen him, he does like the most hilarious Instagram things, and it's always like him with a fan or him doing something, and it's lots of wigs. It's hilarious. So anyway, he put this up on his Instagram 12 hours ago, and it's like, you know, just like one of these things that you can't see it, but it's just like one of these things that, you know, you like write on. And he put, "Hi friends, I hope you're well. I'm going to take a couple of days to rest and recharge, sending you all big hugs and lots of love. See you on Monday." And you know, I like saw that and I was like, I think that's kind of like what I'm doing right now. Like I totally related to that. And I was like, I feel like I'm kind of recharging right now, like the last couple days, because it's been like, I've wanted to make videos, but at the same time, I've been like, I think it would be good for me just to kind of rest and relax and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been kind of doing, you know? So I don't know, like, this is where I'm at with it today. If I wake up tomorrow and I feel like, yes, let's get some videos going, and I want to sit down and, you know, like, and do it, then I will. And if I wake up tomorrow and I'm just feeling like I just want to take another day to relax and listen to audiobooks and, you know, read and whatever, because I've been really enjoying it during the reading rush, then I'm going to do that and just kind of enjoy my day and spend it with Alex and the dogs. And I think the other thing is too, you know, like, it's starting to dawn upon me that like Alex is going to be going back to work before long, and it's kind of been really nice to have time to spend with him. Like, I really, really appreciate being able to spend time with him. So, I don't know. So, I mean, of course, I'll continue to do my vlog every day because that's just a mainstay for me. And this is, like, almost, like, really a big part of my therapy of getting through all this is coming out here and talking to you guys in the car. So that'll of course continue to happen. And then, you know, I was like, well, maybe I just make like a meditation video or, you know, whatever, just kind of see how I feel. He was also watching TV downstairs. He's been watching that new show that started on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's the dating one. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a reality show. I don't know what it's called. I feel like he's probably watched the whole series by now. Hold on, I'll tell you what it's called. Because it just came out. Like literally like 2 nights ago. Too Hot to Handle. I am on season 2, episode 4 of Schitt's Creek, and I'm loving it. And then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to watch... Well, I don't know that I'm going to wait until I'm done with that. I think I'm going to watch... back and forth between that and Wentworth, and I want to finish Wentworth, and then I think I'm going to watch Unbelievable, and then I'm going to watch Ozark, because like I've had so many people tell me to watch Ozark. They usually have on here like the trending, like the top shows of, but I can't. Oh, here it is. Top 10 in the USC, or top 10 in the US today. Number 1, Despicable Me. That's interesting. Number 2, probably because of families, right? Tiger King. Number 3, Outer Banks. I don't even know what that is. An island of haves and have-nots. Teen John B. enlists his 3 best friends to hunt for a legendary treasure linked to his father's disappearance. Is it like a real show? I wonder why that show is getting so many views. Did it just come out or something? So Outer Banks is number 3, Ozark number 4, Too Hot to Handle number 5, Black AF number 6, The Innocence Files number 7. I want to watch The Innocence Files too. Ode or something is number 8. All American number 9, and Money Heist is number 10. So kind of interesting. What is this Outer Banks thing? Like, why is everybody watching that? Let me Google that. And why do I feel like I've... Outer Banks. People are already Googling if there's going to be another season of Outer Banks. Outer Banks has been the latest. Hold on a second. I hate when those like TV shows are playing top. Has been the latest hit for Netflix, with many people finding relief from being trapped in their homes by watching the treasure hunting drama full of picturesque island locations. Many viewers have binged their way through the first 10 episodes and have been left wondering whether... Okay, wait. I don't want to read what's going to happen at the end of it, but has anybody heard of this show? Maybe I'll watch that next. That sounds like a good show, doesn't it? Okay, it just pulled up Netflix. You have 11 new Netflix treats to binge this weekend. Here's what's worth watching. 11 things. Okay, let's see this. Warning, okay, another weekend of social distancing looms, but don't worry, Netflix has you in with its new show, Outer Banks, a Riverdale meets the OC meets Gossip Girl hybrid that will keep you so entertained you'll forget about everything that's going on in the world. While it's important to stay informed, our brains are awesome. I'm thinking to myself, this sounds so familiar. This isn't what Alex is watching, is it? No, he's watching Too Hot to Handle. It doesn't matter, anyway. So yeah, that was kind of my day, honestly. I got up. It was kind of a sad start to the day. Today is PeePee's birthday. PeePee would have been 14 today. And I woke up and Alex was up and he was just laying in bed, and I was like, what are you doing? He was looking through his phone. He's like, I'm looking at pictures of PeePee, and it feels so weird still, that he's gone. And I just was so we were sitting there talking, and I had so many conversations with the vet about if he could just make it to 14, if he could just make it to 14. And today he would have been 14. And I think it was just kind of I'd been thinking a lot about him lately anyway, but I think it was, I don't know, I think it was just it reiterated the fact for me, that, and 14 is a long life, for him. It was he had a good life. He just really did, but, and Alex put this thing up that was so sweet. He was something I'm probably paying more attention to your brothers than they want, and stuff, because he's got so attached to Boo and Tucker through this. And it just was we were just kind of talking about different memories and stuff today with PeePee. It's just one of those days, and every year that I've been with Alex, this would have been my 12th birthday with him, because I met him when he was 2, and you know, we had a big birthday party for it. Not a big birthday party, but we had like a little birthday party for him with us. And, you know, we always got him tons and tons of toys and treats. And he'd get real excited about it, you know, and for years, PeePee loved those little bones, and he would chew those bones like crazy. We'd get him those and, you know, some special dinner. And then, you know, like when his teeth got bad, and I don't know, it was just like, it reminded me kind of like of the I was just thinking a lot about all of that today. You know, it's like, you know, and then his teeth got bad, and then, well, that was really after, I guess, like the heart stuff happened, but then the kidney stuff happened, and then he was on that food, and he hated that food, and I just miss him so much. I just miss him so much. It's so weird because, like, when we were saying his name today, like, Boo Radley, I think, doesn't really, like, he doesn't understand a lot anyway. And sometimes I don't even think he knows his own name, but he's so sweet. But, like, Tucker is very smart, and, like, we said PeePee a couple times today, and, like, every time that we said it, like, Tucker, like, turned and looked. And, I think he does know, you know, like, that something. I think he knows, like, you know, he knows that name, or I think it triggers some kind of memory for him or something. I don't know. It just feels so weird that he's gone, you know? You know, I was talking to Valerie about it tonight, and she had seen it, you know, on the social media stuff, and she was like, I can't believe he was going to be 14, and she was like, now, do you guys think, you know, that you'll get another dog anytime soon? We were talking about that, and I said, no. I said, not anytime soon. And, like, Alex is really not in any rush to get another dog, like, and not anytime soon. I mean, he hasn't ruled it out, but he's like, he goes back and forth. It's like, sometimes he's like, I think he thinks, like, speak of the devil, he's watching the last episode. He is so funny. I can't believe he has made it through this whole series. He said, just started the last episode, ... I think it was so hard for him emotionally. Like, we've talked about this. It was so hard for him emotionally, and, you know, PeePee was his first dog, and I think it was so hard, like, first dog that he had for, like, you know, a long period of time and by himself. But I think it was so hard for him emotionally that, like, he doesn't even really ever want to go through that again. And, you know, and he's like, I know at some point we're going to have to go through this with Boo and Tucker again, too. He was like, you know, and it's so hard. And I think he's, like, real hesitant. And, you know, like, Boo and Tucker right now, I was really worried about them at first. And it was funny because somebody said the other day, and I was actually, like, I had said something about it in a vlog, and then they were like, you know, like, Tucker needs, like, a friend, like a brother or sister, you know, to play with because he's probably lonely and stuff. And the thing is that, like, sometimes Tucker seems lonely, but, like, he and Boo, especially through this whole thing with, like, Alex being at home, like, they spend so much time with Alex. Like, Boo and Tucker have, like, gotten so close, and they're pretty inseparable these days. It's interesting because before, well, it kind of comes and goes. There's, like, some days when you can tell, like, Boo Radley can't really be bothered, and then there's other days where Boo Radley is the one that wants to be, like, wrestling with Tucker and stuff like that. It kind of just comes and goes. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have 6 dogs, you know, like, but they work really well, just the 2 of them together. And I also think, like, for me, well, 3 dogs is a lot, okay? I mean, like, let's just be for real. Most people don't have 3 dogs. Most people have 1 dog or 2 dog max. 3 dogs is a lot of dogs. It really is. And I think it was manageable for us because they were all little. But the reality is, like, I don't want to get a dog. This is just my stuff, thinking about how dogs think, which they don't think this way. But, like, I don't want to get another dog when, like, down the road, Boo and Tucker are sick or something, and then they feel that they're being, like, ignored over a new puppy. Like, I don't want to do that. So I would rather get, like, a new dog when they're healthy. Because I think for me, whoever is left and is the last one, like, that just makes me so sad for them, you know, like, especially, like, I think, I used to think it would be really sad if it was, like, Boo that was the last one. Like, I can't deal with this. I just feel like it's such a huge part of my life. It's, like, this era of Alex and me and the 3 dogs, you know? And it's like with PeePee passing, it's like this era just, like, is gone, you know, from my life. And I just can't even imagine a day where not any of them are still here. And so I sit there and I fantasize about the same way I did with PeePee. Oh, PeePee could be 18 or 20, you know? Which, like, very few dogs ever live to be that old. And, you know, Boo and Tucker are going to be 11 this summer. And, they're just not going to live forever, you know? And it just makes me so sad. But I used to think, like, if Boo was the last one, like, it would be so horrible because he wouldn't understand anything. But I actually think, like, if Boo was the last one, like, he does so well on his own that I think, like, it would be okay. But Tucker is, like, such a friendly dog that, I mean, they're both really friendly dogs, but Tucker, like, definitely needs other dogs around. I can't believe I got this emotional today. I'm just crying all day already thinking about this stuff, but I don't know. I do want to say this, Ela, I read your message, or your comment about your cat passing away, and I'm so, so sorry. And if everybody could go in the comment sections and maybe just leave Ela some love for her and her family going through that. It's just so, so hard. And I feel so bad that you're going through that right now. And you know, I think every type of loss that you go through in your life is completely different. Like, you can't compare, you know, any of them. You can't compare, like, a mother to a father or, you know, whatever. You can't just compare anything. But the loss of like, a pet, a pet that has been, like, your best friend and has been there, you know, and unconditionally loves you and it's a miracle, you know? I was thinking about this today. I got, you know, of course I go to real sad places. Why? I don't know. In my head, like, I force myself there. Do you guys ever do that? Like, you just force yourself to think of sad stuff. And I was thinking about, you know, like, Boo and Tucker, like, are litter mates. They have not ever once, like, not spent a day or a night together. Ever once. You know, they've been together every single day since they've been born. I mean, Alex and I said something to him. I said, have they ever spent, like, a night apart? Or, like, did we have to, you know, like, take one of them to the vet and they stayed? Or he goes, no. He goes, they've never been apart ever. And, like, that's so incredibly sweet to me, but at the same time, it's like, well, like, I can't even imagine, like, what that's gonna be like when one of them's gone, you know? I don't know why I'm borrowing trouble. I really don't. It's just, Is anybody else real emotional, like sitting at home all day long just thinking of stuff? My God. You know? Just real emotional. And, I think it has me doing a lot of what ifs, like, what if this and what if that, and what if my mom was still alive, what if my aunt was still alive, you know, all these things that just are like, you know, what's the point? Just to make me feel real emotional, and I don't know, I mean, it's not bad. But, like, I don't want to sit and just, like, sob every day either. This is actually in the car tonight. This is where I say, like, this is real therapeutic for me. This is probably, like, the most I've cried all day today. And I really needed to kind of get it out. And I also didn't want to be, like, super, like... I mean, I cried a little bit throughout the day. But I didn't want to be, like, sobbing with Alex, you know? Because, like... he kind of, like, once he goes there with PeePee, like, he can't go back for a while. You know what I mean? Like, then it's just, like... And I think he was struggling so hard today anyway. Because I said something to him about, like, we would be having a birthday party today. And he kind of was like, yeah. And he didn't really say a whole lot more. And, like, he was sitting on, like, the side of the chair in the living room. We were just kind of sitting there talking. And he was like, yeah. And then he, like, turned and walked into the kitchen. I know my husband comes across as such a hard ass, you know, like, and he comes across as, like, things don't hurt him. And, that he doesn't, like, you know, he doesn't get emotional and whatever, but he's got an unbelievable heart, and it's hurting, and it makes me sad. But I'd rather be sad because I had loved somebody or something so much, you know, that when they're gone, it hurts. Than if I had never experienced that at all, I guess, you know what I mean? And I think that's the hard thing, is that when someone or something in our lives passes away or passes on, it's like it hurts so much because of how much we loved them. And I wouldn't want to live a life being cold and lacking any emotion or excitement or joy or happiness over things in my life. But the opposite of that, the counter to that, is that when those things are no longer there, they hurt, you know? And I think that is the essence of grieving, is the absence of joy of those things in our life anymore. And so when people say to me, you know, like, well, what's the best way to grieve? Like, you know, you've talked so much about grieving. I don't know. I don't claim to be any expert on it, you know? Like, I just know for me what works is, in that moment, allowing myself just to feel what I'm feeling and talk it out like I'm doing right now, you know? And listening to sad music and just feeling it and letting it just be, you know? And I don't have to be okay all the time. I think, like, that's something else too, is that I have this, you know, misconception for a lot of my life that, like, I had to be okay for other people. I don't have to be okay for anyone. I can be a mess. I can be crying, you know, like, walk in the store, clean your eyes up, you know? And it's like, I can be a mess. I can be an emotional wreck, you know? It's okay. I'm sorry for my loud sneeze, nose blowing. He was a remarkable little dog, you know? And, he just really, really made my life so much fuller in so many ways. And, I feel so blessed to have had him in my life. It's weird, I have, like, Oh, it's gonna stop. Hold on a second. Okay, it's weird. I had like this dream or something, and like in this daydream, I was sitting outside one day and of like my mom's house in heaven. It's so weird. And I keep like having these images of it in my head, like when I'm falling asleep at night and stuff. And it's like PeePee's there with my mom. And yesterday, it was like, or yesterday or the day before, like I had never seen this part of the house before. It was weird. It was like this little alcove room with like these light wooden floors, and everything's white in the house. Like almost everything's white. And she looked at this like rocking chair, and there was like these plants that were hanging down in this room, and she was sitting there, she was reading, and I could hear PeePee's little feet on the floor, and he like came and he like walked in, and he just like stood there, and he was just like looking at my mom with his head like cocked. Like I was like standing, like if it was like, if I was seeing it from my point of view, it was like I was like 2 feet behind him. And she was like, well, hi PeePee, hello PeePee. And then she was like talking to him, and then he ran back outside, and she was like watching him through the windows. And the house is like real weird. Like the house has like no screens or windows. It just has like, you know, it has like where there would be windows, but there's no windows there. And it has like no like door. It's like her bedroom, just like, she has this massive like white cotton bed that looks so comfy. And like, and I didn't even realize this until I was thinking about it the other day. It's like the lamps don't really have lights in them. They just like illuminate. And she lives by this like little like pond lake and these high grasses, and the bedroom just kind of like opens out into this yard. And like PeePee gets up, and like he sleeps on the opposite side of the bed as her, and he just like gets up and like runs down like out to like the misty morning, you know, and he just like stands out there and like walks around and like looks at stuff. I have had this image so much in my head. It's so weird. It's so weird that I have this image so strongly in my head. And it gives me a lot of comfort. It really does. I mean, there's probably nothing to it, you know, obviously, but it's just weird. It's like it gives me some kind of comfort, you know, that I'm a believer in the afterlife. I'm also a wonderer of what if there is none, you know? But like, it gives me some kind of comfort that there might be something that's like that. I would like to think. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Now I don't remember what it is. I did laundry today. I actually just pulled this shirt and these shorts out of the dryer. I've gained so much weight. I don't know that I even really care. Oh, so this was my... I don't know if this happened while I was on the vlog and I talked about it last night or not, but like, I checked my email last night because our stuff was supposed to come... Well, my Amazon order was supposed to come between 5 and 7 in the morning, and I was excited because I was going to get some onion dip. So I was checking my email, and it was weird. It was like closer to 5 than 7 too. I don't know what time it was, but it was closer to the first time. And they were like, we could not deliver your order, so we canceled it. I was like, damn it. Because they couldn't get into like the neighborhood. And so I was like, damn it. And they didn't even call or anything, which is like, and Alex is like, well, I always tell them what they're supposed to do, like, you know, when they get to the gate and whatever. And I was just like, I don't know. It just, anyway. So, because I wanted my onion dip. So I reordered it. Thank God. When I happened to like, oh, I think it was when I was uploading my vlog, because I got on the computer and I looked, and they had times available for today. They had times at like, like a couple times. Did I already share this last night? Did this happen? Share this. We're in group therapy. Did this happen last night before I vlogged? It might have. But no, because it wouldn't have been, it didn't, because I didn't get the email until they were supposed to be delivering it. So it would have been super late that I got that email. But anyway, so it was between when I vlogged and when I was listening to my audiobook. So I reordered some stuff, and I knew there was, I was like, what is the other thing that I can't remember that I ordered on it? Because I was trying to find out what my last order was, and I couldn't go in there and see it somehow. And it was bread. So I've got like 1 loaf of bread left. But the stuff, like, the turnaround is so quick on that, that I don't mind ordering the stuff on there. I mean, you can order it and it'll be there the next day. I can't believe that I literally have not, like, interacted with another human being as long as I have. It seems crazy. And, I told Valerie tonight on the phone, I said, I feel like I can't do this for much longer. I think I said, girl, I can't do this much longer. And she was like, what? But it's like more of a feeling of that, because I feel like everybody's saying that, than really feeling that in my heart. You know what I mean? Like, it really isn't that difficult. Like, I'm doing okay with it. But it feels like, you know what I mean? Like, I just miss seeing my people. Like, I so miss seeing my people. And, you know, I see Tanya on, like, Mondays and Tuesdays on our Zoom, but it's not the same. I mean, it isn't, you know? And, Valerie and I have FaceTimed a couple times, even though she knows I don't like it. Don't you, Valerie? Don't you, Valerie? She always FaceTimes me. I'm like, girl, you know I don't love the FaceTime. I just don't, because then I have to hold it the whole time. She's like, just set it up against something. That's what I do. I was like, oh my God, girl. So anyway, but like, I haven't seen anybody, you know, Melissa and Jason, just random friends of mine that I run into and I see I haven't seen. It's just, it feels so weird. And, but I mean, there's worse things in the world, right? Like, I'm healthy today, and, you know, I have a home, I have a place to sleep, and, I have food to eat, and my husband and my dogs are healthy, all our family and friends are healthy, so I feel blessed today, and it really isn't that hard. Like, the concept of it is almost, like, weirder than the actual doing of it. Does that make sense, what I'm saying, at all? I don't know if that makes any sense. But, I knew what something I wanted to say. Well, let me finish this thought, or I will never remember this thought. But it's like, the concept of, like, if somebody said to you, you're gonna have to stay at home for such and such amount of weeks, you'd be like, oh, no, I can't do it, right? But, like, what's the old saying? Like, the whole idea, anyway, you know, like, turning the hot water up when you're, you know, boiling something, that you don't notice the heat rising, kind of thing. But it's like, it doesn't seem really like that bad, you know, in all honesty, like, having done it. Like, it's like a get up. I mean, there are aspects of it that I really enjoy, you know, that maybe that's the homebody part of me or whatever that I really enjoy. But there are also parts of it that are like, I think there are some things that I would do different starting this over. Like, had I known from the get-go how this would be, I think I would have talked to, like, I think I would have had a support network of, like, let's say 3 to 5 people or whatever, that only one of us was going to go somewhere, or we were going to all order stuff, or we were never going to see anybody else, if that makes sense, so that, like, I could interact with them. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it wouldn't be dangerous, because they weren't interacting with any other people, and I'm not interacting with any other people, so it would be safe for us to see each other. At least, like, a one friend or two, you know? I think I would do that, which is hard, because some of the people that I'm friends with, like, have to continue to work or go out there and whatever. But, like, does that make sense? Like, I would, like, be able to have, like, a group of people that I could see, that I trusted that they weren't going anywhere and doing anything, and, you know, vice versa, at least some family and stuff. But because that's the hard thing. Like, I really, 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 really feel for, like, my friends and the people that I know and all of you out there that have said it in the comments that are completely all alone. Like, I think, I can't even imagine, you know? That being said, like, as much as I love my husband, don't get me wrong, like, I wish, well, this is the thing I wish. First of all, we don't have, like, really any rooms that you can go into and just, like, you know, close the door and watch a movie by yourself or talk on the phone or whatever, you know what I mean? So, like, if Alex is watching TV upstairs, he either has to have his headphones on the computer or, you know, because he can't watch, like, the TV, because if he is, then, like, I can hear it downstairs. There's no way he doesn't have, like, the wireless headphones, like, that way. Or downstairs, it's the same way, and then I'm upstairs, and then for some reason, our TV upstairs makes so much noise upstairs, which he does. He watches TV down there, and then I nap or whatever, or vice versa. But there's just not a lot of space for us, you know, which is why, like, today was a little bit nicer and we had some of the windows open and it felt so much greater. But, excuse me, I think, like, if we had just a little bit more room, that would be, ideal too. At least one, like, you know, room. If our basement was finished, not cleaned up for all of you people out there that want to see an episode of Hoarders over here. I'm talking about, like, finished, like, you know what I mean? Like if there was, like, a bathroom down there and whatever, and then he could sit down there and watch, you know, Too Hot to Handle all night long and, you know, not have to just, like, lay in the bed or, you know, whatnot. There was something I wanted to talk on here about tonight. Oh, I know what I was going to say. This is not what I was going to talk about, because it was like something that was going to be like a topic of conversation, and now I can't remember what it was. But I was laying there as I was, like, trying to keep my head, like, smooth, and I was, like, looking at Boo Radley, and, well, it must have been this side, because I was, like, laying this way looking at him. But I was looking at Boo Radley, and I was thinking, isn't it so funny that, like, and I looked down at Tucker, because Tucker was laying at the end of the bed. I was thinking to myself, isn't it funny that, like, dogs take naps, like, literally 24 hours a day, and they never get that, like, crazy Darlene Jolene Joe hair, you know? Like, they don't get that crazy fur, like, going all different directions, you know what I mean? Like, their hair doesn't look all crazy and stuff like that. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that dogs can sleep, like, forever, and their hair doesn't look all crazy? It's so unfair. And my husband, too, because he has real curly hair, his hair, like, never really looks that bad. Or he can just kind of, like, wet it down a little bit, you know? This book is really good that I'm listening to, The Wife Between Us. I kind of have, like, what I really like about it is that I can tell, like, something really strange is going to happen. It's because it's, like, this mystery thriller, right? But I really have no idea which direction it's going into. I haven't really been listening to a lot of my third book that I haven't read a lot of it, because it's this Little House on the Prairie book. Well, it's not a Little House on the Prairie book. It's about this family that moves to Walnut Grove. But I haven't read a lot of it just because there hasn't, like, when I'm sitting inside, it's like I'm either on the computer or I'm playing, like, on my phone, or I'm wanting to listen to my audiobooks. So I haven't really listened to a whole lot of that. So I'm not going to complete the readathon, but I will have read, like, 2 books by the time this is done. Well, I've listened to 2 books. Should we go in and look at some comments tonight? I wish I could remember what I wanted to talk about. Now I can't remember what I wanted to talk about. I like watching Schitt's Creek. I will say this, though, like, when I know I have, like, 5 seasons of something to watch, it's, like, it's fun to watch, but at the same time, it's, like, I literally, like, have 3.5 seasons of this still to watch. Like, I mean, that's, like, 50 episodes or something, you know what I mean? It's more than that, isn't it? No, it's, like, I have, like, it's, like, 40 episodes, I think I have to watch of a TV show. It just, like, seems really daunting and overwhelming, you know? Okay. The song just changed. Running Touch, Meet Me, never heard of it. All right, let's see. Iris said, a constant for me in this pandemic is watching your vlogs every night. Peter, thanks for being my good Judy through this. Aw, thank you so much. I have a question for you guys. Okay. So, on my merch shop, of which I haven't updated in like forever, I have shirts that just say good Judy on them and like sweatshirts. But I'm thinking about having like a very, very simple logo made that would say like good Judy on it, but like capital G, you know, capital G, capital J. Does that make sense? But like, other than that, like just really, very plain, but understated, but kind of like a cool logo that would just say good Judy on it. Would you guys be interested in that if I was to do it? I would probably do sweatshirts, mugs, and t-shirts. And then I probably would take everything else off of my merch shop except for the PeePee the Flying Chihuahua sweatshirts because those mean so much to me and I actually need to order one of those. I want to get one for me and one for Alex. But what would you guys think about that? Would you be interested in that at all? Let me know if you would be interested in that. Okay. And I wouldn't do like 10 colors either. I would do like white or like pink. Like white, pink, black, and gray maybe. I think I would do like 4 colors. Oh, well, we'd have to have light blue in there. But I don't know that I want like, I don't know. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Okay, X Solon said, girl, I so relate on this possibly making my social anxiety worse. I can already feel myself getting panicky over the thought of going out. I was already pretty isolated before this, but this is a whole new level. Okay, so, yeah, and I totally agree. Like, I was talking about this yesterday. You know, it's weird because the times, like, when I went to Meijer that day that Alex and I later went to Costco, like, I called him on the phone and I was like, I'm so completely freaked out. Like, I almost started crying in the parking lot, you know? And he was like, and he kind of was like joking at first. He was like, are you freaked out? I was like, no, seriously, like, I'm freaked out. And he was like, are you freaked out? I was like, Alex, like, no, seriously, like, this, I didn't like it. And he goes, okay, babe. He was like, you know, it is what it is. And so we talked about it, and what he didn't say it is what it is. We just like talked about it for a second. But then when I got him and, you know, we were going to Costco, he was like when we like pulled in and the line was a lot longer than I had thought it would be, he was like, are you gonna be okay? And I was like, yeah, I think I can do this. But I didn't really realize, like, and it wasn't like social anxiety panic. It was like because of the circumstances. But at the same time, the circumstances were making my social anxiety worse. Like, I could tell how I was feeling inside. And the only thing I can say to anybody is, like, until you go through it, it's like you can't really explain it to anybody else. Like, I mean, it's almost like impossible to explain to anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, what it feels like and what you're going through and blah, 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 whatever. Like, it's really hard. So, I don't know, you know, like, and I worry about that a little bit. Like, I was sitting inside and I was, like, thinking to myself, like, I hope, I was just, like, looking at this thing down here. This is so silly. But it has, like, you can change it between, like, the speed and then something to do with the car and something else. And, like, the car picture on it is actually a Jeep Cherokee. Isn't that so funny? But like, I was thinking earlier today, like, I hope it will make me more like, I want to go out, I want to do this, I want to be real social and active, and when people ask me to go do something, I'm like, yes, I'll be there, I can't wait, you know? But I don't know that it will. And I don't know that to some degree, it's not going to make me a little bit more freaked out to go out. Like, that's my fear, I think. You know, I'm not talking about 2 weeks from now, I'm talking about 6 months from now. Francis said, I bought 2 bags of Ruffles potato chips and onion dip, and I haven't eaten onion dip in years. It is so good. But I will tell you this, okay? No offense to the person that said it to me. I have now become an expert on the Dean's onion dip and the Lay's onion dip. There is no comparison. The Lay's onion dip, and I said this yesterday, but it's the truth, is 100 times better. The Dean's is okay. The Dean's is more like onion dip that your mom made homemade. You know what I mean? Like, my mom used to make the homemade dip. Not the onion dip. She would make like a dill dip, you know, like to dip vegetables and stuff in. Do you know what I'm talking about? It tastes more like that. Like very sour cream based. Whereas the Lay's onion dip just tastes like, I don't know, it's so wrong that it's gotta be right. Kind of, it's like, it's very processed. But it's delicious. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's not healthy. Melissa put hearts. Tabatha said, am I the only one who notices how much Peter says a lot in his vlogs? Girl, I know. I say it all the time. I know. No, I do. I notice it. You know, like, when you do things and you notice that, like, you do them so much that they kind of, like, drive you crazy. Do you know what I mean? I was actually filming a video. You're not the first one that said this. Somebody else said this a couple days ago on the vlog, and I read it on there. What's funny is, I was filming some video. I can't remember which one it was. It was something that I did on my drama channel in the last week. But as I started, now, see, the thing is that now, because I said it, because I read your comment, people are gonna hear it, like, nonstop. But as I started, like, the video, I noticed, like, right after I read that comment, like, within the next, like, 2 minutes, I said, like 6 times, 5 or 6 times. I was like, oh my God. And I started the video over like 3 times and then it made me nervous. I'm just like, whatever. If I say, I say, I can't, I don't know what to do about it. But anyway, yes, Tabatha, I notice it too. It drives me crazy. Michelle put a bunch of hearts. And Tabatha, you're like a long-time OG Wolfpacker too. You've been around here for a long time. You're telling me you just now realized it? It's like when people say, did you realize that how many times Peter says like? I say like all the time. Okay, wait. Okay. Chloe said, I screamed so loud when you read out my comment, Peter. Thank you, XOXO, essential workers. And she put all the hearts for the essential workers. It's so sweet. Inchberries said, that's an interesting name, a lot of hearts, and then it said I had to leave the video. It's kind of fun going through here and seeing all the different colored hearts, honestly. I had to leave the video to download Goodreads. I'm happy I didn't sign up before coming back because I would have rated the books I've already read. I can't wait to start getting book suggestions. I'm in a few book clubs on Facebook, but you can't ever get too many book suggestions. Thanks, Peter. Now, you can go in and rate the books if you want. I'm just going to tell you, like, that was just my experience with it. Like, other people may, like, rate the books and they love doing it over there. I don't know. For me, it's just made it difficult. That's just my 2 cents. Other people might be like, no, I don't relate to that at all. And I'm actually kind of surprised that there wasn't a comment on here from somebody that said, like, no, that wasn't my experience at all. Like, I put all my books in there. I think, like, it helps. Well, I mean, but then the thing would be that you would have to, like, friend a lot of people, friend request people. Send me a friend request. At least you'll have, you know, 1 friend, and then, you know, I'll accept it. I don't think I got any friend requests today, did I? Oh, I got 1 earlier today. Hold on, let's see if I got any right now. I was on Goodreads a couple times today. Oh, I have 2 right now. I got 2. Because you won't see, like, people's recommendations. So, like, go in your Facebook then or whatever, and then, like, friend request. Ask people in your Facebook book groups if they have Goodreads, and if they do, friend them. And then you'll, you know, then you'll start having other people friend request you, and, like, that's kind of, like, the way to do it. But it's really a way for you to track your books, more so than get book suggestions. But I get a lot of book suggestions from it as well. Okay. Oh, shoot. I just down-liked a comment. Okay. Rachel said, Peter says he hasn't gone to the grocery store in 2 weeks, which makes me in turn think, Oh my God, when did I last go? When did I go? I can't read anymore. Which makes me in turn think, quotations, oh my God, when did I go last? In quotations. Answer, I can't remember, days are just blurring together. That's my Moira from Schitt's Creek. Stay safe, everyone. David. Moira kind of reminds me a lot of my Aunt Kathy, Caroline's mom, I just have to say. She reminds me like a lot of her. The battery is getting low, and can I just tell you, I don't have another battery in the car because I forgot to charge my other 2 batteries today. They're inside. One of them is charging, so I could probably walk inside the 10 feet and go get it, but I don't know that I feel like doing that. We'll just see how long this battery lasts us. It's so weird because some days it goes for like an hour and 20 minutes and other days it goes for like an hour, but it was fully charged. So I don't know why it's showing like that. Okay. Michelle said, thank you so much for making quarantine more bearable. I watch all your vlogs and all your channels. Oh, thank you so much. Marisa said, good Judy crew. She never corrected me whether it's Marissa or Marisa, so I'm just going to say Marisa because I have a friend of mine named Marisa. Sherry. Isn't that the song, baby? Oh, won't you, baby? Oh, I love this comment. Janice said, my dogs too, I have 3, have started following my husband around more. They become more attached. Are any of you jealous of it? I'm like, okay, kind of like a little jealous about it because it's like, when Alex isn't here, those dogs like follow me around 24 hours a day. And now that Alex is here, they like Alex, I'll lay down on the couch. And like, you know, he'll be on a chair with the ottoman and he'll have like no room over there. And then they're like all squeezed in beside him because they want to be next to Alex. And I'm like, I have a whole couch over here. You can come over here and lay with me. And they're like, no, we want to be with Dad right now. And I'm just like, whatever. And then I'll say to Alex, and I'll be like, they're like laying with you again. He'll be like, yeah, they love me more. I'm like, shut up, that's not true. And he just starts laughing. Okay, my dogs, I have 3, have started following my husband around more. They become more attached during this time. I'm afraid there will be some separation anxiety. I think he's going to miss them more than the dogs miss him, though. I said this to Alex. I said, you're going to miss these dogs so much. And he goes, I said, when you go back to work? He goes, yeah, probably. I said, do you think you'll miss them more than they'll miss you? And he goes, no. And I go, you're going to miss them a lot. You're going to be at work all day long, and then you're going to be like, oh, I miss Boo and Tucker. I can't believe that they're not, like, here with me at work. I said, since they love you so much, you can just take them with you during the day, and then you can clean up their poop and stuff, you know, while you're at work. I will say that, oh, I didn't put my other stuff on first, it doesn't matter. But they are going out like 1,000 times a day. They get to go outside because I take them out and Alex takes them out, and they're just constantly going outside and running around, and they love it. Although, my least favorite is like late at night when I get done vlogging. Well, it's not when I get done vlogging because I go inside and like Alex is usually just going to bed about that time. I will go inside and, so I go inside and I usually get another Diet Coke and, well, I don't know that I'll need it tonight, but I usually go inside and get another Diet Coke and then I, start rendering my vlog. And what that means is that it puts the vlog together, I've explained this before, so that then I can upload it. It has to like, you know, it takes all the different pieces and it makes it like one video. I do it like an iMovie. You can add all kinds of like bells and whistles and fade outs and fade ins. You can do all kinds of editing over there. And I actually do know how to do a little bit of it. Because I put together this whole birthday video for Alex and for his mom last year. Remember, I taught myself how to do a lot of stuff. But anyway, but I don't do that obviously with the vlog. I just splice the pieces together, or don't even splice them. I just bring them down, bring them down, bring them down. It's just real easy. It's like copy paste. And then you make one long thing together and then it renders. And that usually takes about, for my old computer, the MacBook Air, it was so long. It took like 2 hours to do. Now it takes like 20 minutes. Not even, probably. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe not even that long. On a 20-minute video, it's real short. On the vlog, it's longer. 10 minutes, probably 10 or 15 minutes. And then, so then when I get done for the evening and I go inside and I watch a television show or whatever, oh, it's gonna stop, hold on. Okay, when I'm done for the evening and I go inside to watch a television show or whatever, I start uploading it to YouTube so that it can upload like overnight while I'm asleep. Because it usually takes like anywhere from like it depends on like, it's so weird. It's just so random. Sometimes it takes like 45 minutes, and other times it takes like 3 hours. Like it never takes longer than 3 hours, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. But average, I would say, is about an hour and 50 minutes, and so it just uploads like while I'm asleep, and so then when I get up, it's uploaded. It's so easy, and I used to do that for the longest time, and then I started getting lazy where I would just get home and I would be tired and I wouldn't want to do it. And it makes it so easy, and then it also makes it so that I'm posting my vlog earlier in the day. Do you guys like it that I'm posting the vlog earlier in the day, or does it just really not matter to you? I at least feel a little bit accomplished that way when I'm like, oh my god, I posted the vlog so early today. You know what I mean? It's like, so I feel very, very accomplished when that's done. Let's see, what else? Oh, so what I was gonna say was, when I go in that final time, like the dogs have been asleep for like 2 hours at that point, and Alex closes the bedroom door, and so then when I come in, like they can hear me even though I'm real quiet. Like Tucker literally can hear like something 10 miles down the road. So when I come in, no matter what, and even sometimes I don't even, because like if I lock my door, you know, on my car, it goes beep beep or whatever, he'll like hear that and I can hear him start barking before I've even made it to the front door. But sometimes I keep my keys in my pocket because I'm going to take them out. So what I do is, I try to creep up, and as soon as I open that bedroom door, Tucker's like, oh, like somebody's breaking in to kill him or something like that, right? And then Boo Radley starts it, and Boo Radley does it just because Tucker's doing it, and he doesn't even know what he's doing. And Boo Radley's just, oh, he doesn't even know what that's exactly what it sounds like, too. They're howlers. And then Alex is like, oh my god, I'm trying to sleep. So then I take them outside. Okay, but the worst is when it's cold outside, if I don't have like a big winter coat on, they just want to sit there and sniff 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 and sniff. Well, PeePee loved to do that. His favorite thing in the entire world was to run down to their mailbox, our neighbor's mailbox right over there, and he would run over there. He would like run down the street, and he would run down to the mailbox, and he would just walk around the mailbox literally for like 10 minutes and smell everything. And somebody like, I think it was our vet one time, told us that like, when dogs are doing that, it's like them reading the local newspaper, because they can like pick up the scent of all the dogs and everything in the neighborhood, you know? And I know that PeePee loved it so much, and then he would like kind of like come through the yard, and then he would poop, and it would take him 10 minutes to find a place to poop, and he just loved it, you know? And I would be like, come on, PeePee, come on. PeePee, come on, it's cold out here, PeePee, come on. And I would like walk all the way down there and then like rush him over. Well, I don't do that anymore, because I felt so bad about it, you know, like, I just was like, I wish I had let PeePee just, I shouldn't feel bad about it. The dogs, like, they get to be outside so much. They are literally, they have free run of the backyard, and they're out there all the time. But like with PeePee, like now when Boo Radley wants to go down there or Tucker, I just like let him. So, but at night it's so cold out here, you know, like when it's like 30 degrees outside. It says it's 60. Of course, we know that that's a lie straight from the pit of hell. But when it's like 30 degrees outside and it's so cold, I'm like, come on, you guys, come on, let's do our business. They're so cute. Okay, let's see. Catherine said, I'm still working, but I'm really enjoying having no other responsibilities or commitments. Of course, I'm missing my people and going out to dinner. Oh God, I miss going out to dinner. I might have to do carry out one of these nights. I can't believe, I mean, everybody else in the world has done carry out except for me. Well, not everybody. I'm sure there's a lot of you that haven't, but I may have to do carry out. I'm like really craving. But the thing is, like, we've got all this food inside, and I'm like, why spend 40 or 50 bucks on a meal? I mean, except for to help out local businesses, but like, if I was gonna, like, I don't even know where I would get it from, you know what I mean? Because if I was going to get it from somewhere, I would really want like Cheesecake Factory. And do they need a lot of help right now? I mean, I'm sure everybody needs a lot of help right now. I don't know. But also maybe Puccini's. I love Puccini's. Oh God, I have a Puccini salad. I guess I could do that. Puccini salad and, you know, some kind of like pasta from there. And Alex could get a pizza. We could maybe do that. Oh my God. Oh my God, there was a coyote that just ran through my yard. See, that's why you have to be careful with the dogs. I just saw this thing running through there and I thought it was a cat. And I was like, oh my God, that's a coyote. It's like a baby coyote too. It's like small. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was about to chase down I was gonna say the cougar. The cougar. I was about to chase down the coyote and my battery died right in the middle of it. So I had to go inside and I had to go get my battery. And then I was talking to Alex as he had just like finished that show. And I was like, there's a coyote outside. And he goes, did you not, like, he goes, well, what did you do? And I go, what do you mean, what did I do? I go, you just have to be real careful with the dogs because they like, you know, attack little dogs and stuff. And so now I heard that like if you're outside, they can hear your breathing or they pick up on like human breathing or human like whatever. So as long as you're like outside with your dogs or you're like in close proximity to them. But I was like, be real careful, you know? He was like, okay. So anyway, that was the excitement of the evening. And then he was telling me about the show and said he liked it. He said I said, was it good? And he goes, you wouldn't like it. So that means it was dumb. No, he goes, you wouldn't like it. He goes, it's like one of those dating reality kind of show things. And that was really all he said about it. And then I asked him if he had heard of Outer Banks, and he said that he had just put it into his list. So, I guess that will be the next show that he watches. Well, he said he was going to watch Ozark earlier, though, today, so I don't know why he started that instead. Okay. So I went and got my battery, and it's not fully charged, but it says it's fully charged on here, but it's not. My other battery, which is in here, and then the third battery is being charged currently. This battery is so hot. I should have got another Diet Coke while I was in there, but I didn't. I don't really need it yet, do I? All right, let's get back to some comments. Peter, name it Good Judy Beauty. I had already, like, I said that like a long time ago that I was gonna do something like that. And then I said it again last night, didn't I? Nicole said 2 more weeks. Peter, I got 6. I think our governor will, like, make it longer, even after the 1st of May. I just think that he will. Although Tanya was telling me that, like, in Michigan, they were, I guess there were people, like, on the streets, and they were, like, I don't know, petitioning the governor or I don't know, something like that. She said that they, like, came out, not petitioning, but, like, what do you call it? Shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, protesting, like, the stay-at-home orders. And that was, like, yesterday that she told me that. And then tonight, I was going through Twitter, and, you know, like, I follow the local news on my Twitter, and they posted a picture. I think it was on Twitter, maybe it was on Facebook. I think it was on Facebook, actually. They posted a picture. Somebody posted it. What is that? Tanya is so funny. Oh, that picture Alex's mom posted. They, oh, here, I bet I could find it right here, because it's, like, pulling up the exact same things I looked at before. Ooh, look at that jacket. I like that jacket. Why does it always have stuff that I want to buy on here that I don't have any business buying, because I don't have any money right now? Where's the article? This friend of mine, he is with his mom during all of this, which is so sweet. And they're literally doing puzzles like every other day. My mom would so love that. Okay, now I can't find that Oh, wait, let's see. Do you know when people do those, like, 3D pictures on Facebook? They really freak me out. Can I just tell you that? Where it says, move phone around to look in 3D. I don't like it. It makes me nervous. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I don't like that at all. Okay, I don't, Alex's aunt posted a picture of Merida, Venezuela. I can't see where this is. But anyway, people like had protested the governor's mansion in Indiana today, and like I was just like, they posted pictures of it, and people were going crazy on here because people. Oh, that chair is so cute. Joybird? I've never heard of that. Is it real expensive? Oh, they have some cute furniture on here. I wonder how much this stuff is. Hold on, let's look. Have you guys ever heard of the website Joybird? Oh no, we won't be getting that chair. It's a little bit out of our price range. But anyway, they were posting, people were posting pictures of, now Wayfair. I do love Wayfair though. Do you guys like Wayfair? That's where we got our patio furniture. They have such cute stuff there. But yet again, out of our price range right now. Ooh, I like that. Although we didn't get, what do you call it? Nightstands. Although Alex sent me, oh my God, I love that. Cedar vertical garden for your outside patio. How much is that? Oh, but would you have to put it together? I bet you would, wouldn't you? That would totally suck. Cedar outside. I'm gonna look it up. I want to see what this thing is. Outside garden. It was like, it looked like these bookshelves, but like you put plants in them. It was really cool. Cedar, oh, here it is. $173. That's kind of expensive. But that's for like a tall one. I guess it's not too bad. It has all these plants in it. You can have like these like ones that like are, they sit down. Oh, there it is. The one they showed was $629. Yeah. I'm feeling like really like being like garden-y this year. I don't know what that means, but I want some plants. So anyway, people were posting these pictures of the people at the governor's mansion protesting it, and they were complaining because they were saying that like nobody was like social distancing, and they had kids out there, and it was like real dangerous and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know, I guess it's happening all over. This is what happens is I get on the Facebook and then I become consumed. With watching people's things that I haven't liked. Another one of my friends putting their, it's just opinions and opinions and opinions. It just drives me crazy. I don't know why. I'm even like looking at it, just it's too much, you know. People share such interesting stuff over there. I posted a little picture of PeePee. I said, little PeePee would have been 14 today. Not a day goes by that I don't miss my best friend. And it's him with his little friends. Lady, and little lady, and Otis, his dog. I just had the weirdest feeling. I was like, I miss going to the library. Sometimes when I would fall asleep, I would hold PeePee's foot. He would let me hold his foot. Boo Radley lets me do it sometimes too, which I think is really sweet. Dogs are so special, aren't they? Should we go read some more comments? Nicole said, I love you, Peter. Thank you for getting me through this hard time. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Casey said, I just watched the Whites documentary last night. I've watched it at least 5 times. I was so excited that it was available again. It's my absolute favorite documentary. I've been hounding my best good Judy to watch it for a few years now, and she finally did. It is so good. I mean, it is so good. So good. Okay, wait. Miss Melissa. Sweet Melissa. She said, at work with my swabs and Peter in the lab. Helps me get through this with my sanity. So many positives and ventilators makes me hate coming to work. Peter, you make things brighter, and the ladies in the lab listen to you too. We all thank you. Thank you, Melissa, and thank you to the ladies in the lab, to the ladies in the lab, to the ladies in the lab. All the ladies in the lab, all the ladies in the lab, all the ladies in the lab, all the ladies in the lab. Beast! Wait. Hold on a second. All the ladies in the lab, all the ladies in the lab, all the ladies in the lab. Beast! That's for you guys. So Melissa, you can play that to your good GDs, and they can get a little kick out of that. A little kick! I'm 50, and I like to kick. Shelly said, does anyone else sit here trying to figure out a way for Peter to plug in the camera so he never has to worry about changing battery? There isn't a way to plug in the battery, or just plug in the phone, but thank you for trying to figure that out for me. I wish there was. Okay. Brooks and my Louie said, thanks for the vlogs, Peter. I work in the ER in New York, and it's so difficult watching people come in suffering. I listen to you on my way home, and it helps me so much. Thank you so much, and thank you for your work. I really, really appreciate it. And Melissa, to you girls in the labs as well, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Sarah said, dance party with Peter and having a Diet Coke with his good Judies. Love you, Peter. Love you, Sarah. Team Clark said, watching your vlog at 10:30, my eyes are so bad, at night, folding laundry. You also watch, let me just tell you something, like that whole thing about like your parents like having reading glasses. It was my dad in my family. My mom had to have bifocals, but I don't remember. I guess I do remember having reading glasses, kind of, because she always wore contacts. I don't know, maybe. But, definitely my dad. I mean, he has a pair, like, in every room in the house. And always, like, you know, when we go out, he's always got it in his pocket and whatever. But like, it just kind of like all of a sudden it like hits, and then like you go through this period, I think, of like 6 months where you're like, do I need him? Do I not need him? 6 months to maybe a year, and then you realize I really need him, and then you realize I really need him, like all the time, you know? I'm like almost to the 4th phase right now. Team Clark said, watching your vlog at 10:30 at night, folding laundry. You also wash dishes with me. I have my kids trying to say, time to listen to Uncle Peter, LOL. They know you, your voice, and when it's Uncle Peter time. Oh, I love that. Have a great night. You too. Okay. Photo Love Ab said, as you were making this, I was sitting in my car watching your other video, probably in the hospital parking lot at 3 to 4 a.m. in Ohio, waiting to hear answers about my dad. Still do not know what is going on with him, but it could be his heart or nerve damage. He is a veteran. But your video made me calm down, so thanks, friend. Sending love to you and best wishes. I hope you got good results back. And yeah, please let us know. Somebody put on here, let's see who said this. Mary said, please update us, stay strong. And do stay strong, and I'm sending prayers to you. Ashley said, I love you, Peter. I love you too, Ashley. Denise said, hi, Peter and everyone. I've been home a few days, over 5 weeks. I'm sure struggling with this. It's during the hard times when you find out who the true friends are. Take care. It's so true, isn't it? Like, I was actually talking to my sponsor about that the other day. It didn't even honestly occur to me. Like, I didn't even, like, think about it until we were like talking on the phone. And then I was like, you know, there's like probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 people that I call like every day, every other day. And then I would say there's another like 5 so people that I reach out to maybe once a week, twice a week, whatever, right? With the exception of maybe 1 or 2 people, I have to say, I haven't, and I'm not bitter about it, but it's just interesting to me. I didn't think about this until my sponsor was saying something about, you know, she was like, well, my cousin said to me, she was like, I just really, because I said, I feel like I'm, you know, when I call you, like, I don't want to, like, bother you. Like, it's a burden. She's like, I look forward to our calls. She's like, it's really nice that you're doing this and checking in with me. And, because that's such a wonderful person. No, because I love talking to her, too, and it entertains me, you know? And so, and Caroline's somebody that doesn't love to talk on the phone a lot. And so I had said that to her, and she said, well, she was like, yeah, but like now that I'm at home, I like to talk on the phone because I can't see people, you know? And so, but I kind of was like, it's interesting who, and not that I couldn't reach out to them too, but there's quite a few people that like I've called like once or twice, like in the last month, or, you know, texted that hasn't responded, or hasn't called me back, or hasn't called at all. And I've been like, and I didn't even really occur to me until the other day. And I was like, you really do kind of learn who your people are, you know, in times of situations like this. I mean, I always knew, like, take my family out of it, that, like, Melissa, Tanya, Valerie, Sarah were, like, people that I could totally depend on. You know, in the situations, Sarah, Alex's best friend. But, like, my sponsor, Melissa, I have, like, one online friend, Melissa, and Valerie, Tanya, Valerie, and my sponsor. Oh, that's not true. And one sober friend that I talk to pretty much every day. Like, that's it. Like, of people that are checking in with me and I'm checking in with them. Like, you know, it's kind of like, I realized my circle was small, but my God, my circle is like real small. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just interesting. But then I've had some random people that have reached out to me that like I hadn't thought about in a long time, and I've been trying to do more of this. Because it just meant so much to me when I would just like randomly get a text from somebody and be like, hey, I was thinking of you today. I'm like, God, I haven't talked to them in like a year or two, you know? And it just like meant so much to me that I was like, I've been trying to kind of like reach out and do some of the same kind of things because it really does feel good, you know? Like when I say that at the end of my videos, like most importantly, reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Reach out to somebody you haven't thought of or talked to in a long time. Just pick somebody at random and be like, you know, even if it's just a message on, you know, Facebook and be like, hey, just wanted you to know I was thinking of you, and like, you know, I was thinking of some old times of ours and whatever, and just wanted to see if you're holding up okay during all of this. Like, I mean, it's real simple, you know, and the times that people have done that for me, it's meant a lot. Like, it made me feel like somebody cared in that moment, you know what I mean? And I know that there's a lot of people out there right now that are struggling because they're all alone, or they're not seeing people, or, you know, whatever. And I think, and this is going to sound kind of backwards, but I think a really good way to deal with that sometimes is, you know, like in recovery, we learn to get out of ourselves is by doing service. And so if you're feeling lonely, or if you're feeling like my sponsor said to me the other day, well, then you need to reach out to some other people then, you know, like if you're starting to realize that, hey, a lot of these people aren't reaching out to me, then you need to start reaching out to more people, you know? And I did, because I was like, I like how it feels when people reach out. Do you guys see how long my hair is? Like, this is insanity. I mean, and this isn't even long for me. I actually feel like my hair hasn't really gotten like it's to a point where it looks that bad yet. But, you know, she was like, you know, like that's how we get out of ourselves is by doing service for other people. And I totally, totally agree with that. So like, you know, if you're going through a hard time right now and you feel like, I would really like to, I don't know, like maybe it's a way, you know, like just go through and maybe like send out some messages to people and just be like, hey, just wanted you to know I was thinking of you, or hey, I was thinking of some funny times, or I was going through some pictures or whatever, you know, just reach out to some people. I mean, there's definitely always more people I could reach out to, more and more people. I think I'm going to make a goal of that. I think every day going forward, I'm going to pick 2 people that I haven't talked to like in a while, and I'm just going to text them and be like, hey, like that will be good for me to do that. Like, it won't, not that it's a good deed for me to do, but it will, I think, it'll be good for my social anxiety to reach out to people, and it'll get me out of myself, and I don't know, maybe it'll make somebody else feel not so all alone. Let's read some more comments. Oh. This fan, Alex's mom brought me from Barcelona. Isn't it so fan? Oh, so fan. So fan. Isn't it so fan? Barcelona. Do you guys know that song, Barcelona? I love that song. I don't know who it's by, but I love that song. I think he has a song called Budapest, too. George somebody. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Hold on a second. Now, like, it's going through my head, so I gotta look it up. It's gonna start playing as soon as I... George Ezra. I swear he has a song called Budapest too. Let's see. Budapest, I was right. Name that tune. For $50, I named that tune. Okay. Okay, I was gonna go back in the comments, hold on. Carrie said, LOL, I'm so glad you've seen that The Whites of West Virginia. I wanted to call you while I was watching it. I was screaming, do you still have the Snapchat? I don't have Snapchat. Well, no, that's not true. I still have Snapchat. I never get on it. I cannot, I bet it was... Well, every once in a while, like if I post a video, I'll post it on Snapchat, but very rarely, maybe once every like 5th or 10th video. I don't think I've looked at any of my messages or anything from Snapchat in probably, oh God, I don't know, 8 months, something like that. The thing is that I cannot keep up with my emails, messages, definitely my messages on Instagram and my messages on Twitter. I can't keep up with them. I literally get so many every day, which is fantastic. It's so nice, right? But I can't keep up with them. And then what I would do is I would get on Snapchat and I would get sent, like, people would do these, like, streaks. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, first of all, I hated how they changed Snapchat. And then people would do these, like, streak things where it was, like, you know, 20 in a row of just, like, a black screen, like, you couldn't see anything. And then it would just, and I was like, why are you sending this to me? And then, like, and I didn't want to go in and, like, have to block people or whatever, or however you do that. I don't even know how to do that. But, so I would literally go through, like, 10 or 15 messages, and none of them they would be like, they sent them to everybody, not just me. It wasn't like a personal message, right? And so then I'm like, why am I reading like 10 or 15 messages that's taking me like 5-10 minutes to get through when I could be answering people back on Instagram and Twitter? So that's stupid. I'm not doing that anymore. No, so I don't get on Snapchat. I have it, but only to post stuff every once in a while on there. But you can send me videos on Instagram or Twitter if you want. And because she said I need to get on it again so I can send you the little videos. LOL. I still have your screenshots of views. Aww. She said, I started Schitt's Creek today. I've watched like 6 episodes. Love it. That mom from Beetlejuice is so mean. Oh my God, I forgot that Catherine O'Hara was in Beetlejuice. She so was. I totally forgot about that. The cast is really good together, in my opinion. I forgot Catherine O'Hara was in Beetlejuice. She was, wasn't she? Kara J said, I love the Lightning Link app. Gives you a good faux casino fix. Try the Lightning Blast games. Good bonuses. I don't even know what the Lightning Blast games are. But the games are, like, literally identical to the casino games. Like the bonuses, I feel like the chance of bonuses are exactly the same as well. So, Melissa said, Peter, you are the influencer of the world. Do you know what I had for dinner tonight? A pancake and a cup. Those were really good, actually. Those were really, I might have to get some more of those. Oh my God, Amazon. I had never heard of them until I saw them on your review channel. Now I love them, so there you go. Blue hearts for the wolf pack and every color in the world. Hearts for our essential workers. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Love you. Thank you. Love you too. Anna said, oh my God, when you mentioned your contacts drying out, it made me remember the time you left them in so long and your eyes got red. Okay, that was not too long ago. And, it was horrible, but thank you. I remembered it too. And the thing is I'm like taking them out like every other night now, and I just need to take them out every night. It literally takes me a minute to take them out and a minute to put them in, you know, but it's such a hassle of the world, right? Okay. Okay, Karen said, Peter, can you do a little PSA? This is from Karen, okay? She said, I work at a pharmacy, and we have a piece of glass that we stand behind, and I kid you not, people lean around the glass to talk to me. Can you please suggest that patients who come into the store, please speak towards the glass, not around it? Just in case you are wondering, the ones who do this seem to never be wearing a mask. Sometimes I just can't understand people. We offer a drive-through too. No mask. Stay in a car, you cool cats. I'm happy to get anyone their medication, but can I get a little help? I'm trying to stay healthy enough to keep coming into work. Love you, Wolfpack. So, there you go. Coming straight from a pharmacist. Thank you, Karen, for your work. I really, really appreciate it. And, I don't know. That's interesting to me that people like want to lean around it. I don't know. But there you go. Coming straight from the horse's mouth. Listen to her. Brittany said, I never heard of Goodreads until I started to watch your videos. I found so many good books thanks to that app. Love you, Peter. Thank you for giving me something to look forward to each day during this crazy time. Maricela! She said, I would love to see your ideas you talked about in either print or on TV. It made me think of a title for a show, Tanya and the Monads. The Monads. Oh my God, what's it about? I don't know, but it would be a hoot and holler, LOL. Julie said, thank you for the one more, I love you. Okay, I was at the end and I didn't even realize it, and I kept on talking and I kept on talking and reading comments. Anyway, okay, let's see. Adriana said, listen to the very end as per usual. LOL. Sarah, Alex's friend, always says usual. Peter, you are the best, and the one more I love you at the end always has me smiling so much and thinking Annie Lennox and the dancing male ballerinas around her. LOL, I know she sings No More I Love Yous, but I always, that's why I sing that song. That way I do. I love that song. I love Annie Lennox. Apparently she's putting together more music while she is at home right now. But I always just hear the music to your words. I love you always. And so many hearts to all the awesome essential workers out there. That was really sweet. Thank you. Brooklyn said, hello, hello, hello. I'm a writer too, mostly poetry, and I have found that what motivates me is writing what I like. If you like writing romantic adventure stories, that's what you should do. You're a natural storyteller, and those stories are also necessary. I like that. It's true. Crystal said, amen, more influencers, quote unquote, need to have a true word like yours, Peter. I'm with you. I could never promote a product I didn't love or at least like and purchase with my own money. I don't see how so many can. Evelyn put blue hearts. Hey, Evelyn. Erica said, I was watching the vlog and doing my first quarantine puzzle. My only frustration is that I'm a hygienist and they are trying to rush back to work and we have no appropriate PPE or updated protocols. We sit less than a foot away from every patient, 8 hours a day, 4 days a week, and no one seems concerned. You know, it's interesting to me that you bring that up because we're talking so much about right now, and I do think that prevention is important that we're talking about. But I don't feel like people are talking a lot about, like, what are we gonna, I mean, we're talking about, like, what dates we're gonna go back out into the world. But then there doesn't seem like there's a lot of discussion over, at least that I have seen, and I have looked a lot. I don't feel like there's a lot of discussion over what does that protocol look like when we go back to the world, you know, when we go back out, like when we're going to grocery stores on a regular basis. Will we continue to be 6 feet apart, you know? If you go to doctor's appointments, like, will you wait in your car until you come in and not wait in the waiting area? Like, that seems smart to me if you can. Or, you know, wait in a waiting area of the building. Or, do you know what I mean? So it's not 30 people sitting in a waiting area of a doctor's appointment together, you know? Or what will that look like? And I feel like there's not a lot of, I feel like I've talked so long, the throat lozenge. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of discussion over, like, how we're supposed to act when we do go back out. You know, it's not like it's just like turn a light switch off, like, okay, it's over. You know what I mean? It's not like that. So it's like, what are we gonna do to, like, protect it going forward? Like, I feel like I would feel a little bit better if I knew that, especially if I were like you, Erica, and I was gonna be working in a situation. Like, I would want my employers to say, this is what we're gonna do going forward. Like, you know, we're gonna be, this is the protocol we're gonna take. And I think at the very least, every patient and every worker wearing a mask, you know? But I don't even know if that does anything, you know what I mean? That just seems like that would be, like, natural. Stephanie said, I just ordered Run. I can't wait. It's so good. It is so, 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 so good. Julie said, I watched outro also. Live for the last. I love you. Gets me through the night. Carla said, thank you so much for the daily vlogs. Hope you have a great day, night, weekend. Love you. You too. Christine said, if someone held a gun to my head and said you could only have one social media site, I pick Goodreads every time, no question. Totally agree on how to start your account too. I didn't rate past reads. Okay, so here, somebody did say this. I didn't see this one when I was going through here earlier. I just marked them as read because I didn't feel like I could give an authentic rating since I hadn't finished the books recently. I wish the Goodreads algorithm was as good as Netflix at finding me things I like to read. I usually find books from other users like you. That's how I do it too. The thing about Goodreads that's really refreshing, like when you get on it, and it takes a while to kind of realize it. You don't like really realize it right away. I sometimes look at my hair and it kind of like freaks me out that it's so white. Like, that one day it just was like brown and then it was like white. It just kind of freaks me out a little bit. But anyway, I mean, it wasn't. I colored my hair for years, you know, but, and I didn't have a beard before. But the thing that I noticed about Goodreads over time was like how genuinely sweet and innocent and simple it is, you know? It's like, it's about books. There's nobody arguing over there. There's nobody with their opinions. There's nobody, you know what I mean? It's just very nice. And so it's updates about books and what people are reading. D-Dub said today, or Tuesday is the vanilla of days. That's kind of true. Have you ever tried the tater tot onion dip? It's the king, queen, and whole damn quart of dips. Tater tot onion dip. Hold on a second, I gotta look this up. Tater tot onion dip. Is it something you can buy or do you have to, I know you have to make it? It's not, it's just saying tater tot casserole. It's not pulling up any tater tot, anyway. French onion tater tot casserole recipe. I'm not seeing any tater tot onion dip. But this is totally something that I could make. Dean's dip tater tot campfire casserole. Okay, what's in that? I can't have it. It has cream of chicken soup in it. Let me know where you make the dip. I'd love to try it. Lisa and the Cult Jam and Janet gave a bunch of hearts. Lonnie said dinner time with the vlog. Angelica said love you. Already starting the book club book way early, killing me. I can't get to the library, but found it on Kindle Unlimited. Good. Okay. Alicia said, oh my God, Peter, I was waiting for someone to bring up the wonderful whites of West Virginia. I'm from Logan, West Virginia, which is really close to Mingo County. Sue Bob White used to come into the McDonald's I worked at and people would get pictures with her. LOL, love you, Peter. Oh my God. Oh, I wanted to read this. This was interesting to me. So this is from Piece the Puzzle. Hey, Peter, first time commenting. I just wanted to say that I'm epileptic too, and we have very different experiences when waking up. I feel incredibly nauseous and my head is pounding. I end up trying to sleep immediately after to not have to feel that way. Everyone must experience it differently. Okay. So I think that what you're talking about, and I could be completely wrong, is after a seizure, like when you come out of a seizure. So I've only had one massive grand mal seizure in my life. So I have what's called juvenile myoclonic epilepsy. So I used to have like petite mals, right? So like, let's say if it was a day where I would have like like a bad day, I would have like 15 to 20 of those, okay? Sometimes that night when I would sleep, and I don't know, maybe you're saying the same thing, so it could be, I don't have grand mal seizures, so I don't know what that's like, but like that night sometimes when I would sleep, like I would wake up the next day and I just would feel like almost euphoric, like it was crazy, like, and sometimes I also wondered this back in the day. I wondered if I had seizures when I slept. Because there would be days that I would wake up. When I say euphoric, like, it's a crazy feeling, you guys. It feels like your body just ran like 30 miles. And, you know, like, you feel like tired, but kind of euphoric. I don't really know how to explain it. There would be like maybe every 6 months, I would have a day where I would wake up and it just was like, oh my God. And I would feel like that. And I kind of wondered, you know, and it was always usually following like a night where I would wake up and I had like the bed was like soaking wet from me sweating and things like that. And my whole body was really tired. And so I had wondered if like maybe I had had a seizure in my sleep. And it didn't happen when I was with when I was with somebody. So, there wasn't anybody else there that could have told me, which is scary too, to think that I had a seizure in my sleep, but you know, it happens to people. So I don't know. But it's interesting to hear somebody else's point of view from it. Epilepsy is such like a weird disease, you know, or not a weird, disorder, I guess. My doctor always calls it seizure disorder with migraine disorder. It's just like such a weird, you know, thing that, I don't know. I will say this, like the one thing for me, and I don't know a lot of epileptics, so I think I only know one other person that's epileptic, and they don't have like regular seizure disorder like I don't, because they take medication that has maintained it for a long time, and they never had like grand mal seizures. So they are very similar to me. But I will say this, I'll have a day like once a month, and the way that my doctor explained it to me is, it's usually like when my medicine overlaps, like the 30th day. I think I've talked about this on here before. It's like the 30th day, which I don't know what day that would be because I've been taking the medicine for so long, if that makes sense, that it overlaps. So it's like the 30th day and the first day that I don't know. But it's like there will be a day where I feel, it's almost kind of like vertigo. Like I feel real unsteady. I feel like I just want to lay in bed all day long and have like a blanket over me. Like I don't feel safe. Like, and I don't mean like safe like somebody's going to get me. I feel like something's gonna happen, like I'm gonna fall down and hurt myself or something. I almost can't even explain the feeling. It's just, it feels like I just want to be in like the bed and in the middle of the bed, and I just want to lay there all day long and have like a blanket over me, like a heavy blanket. It's a weird feeling. I don't really know how to explain it other than that, except for that, like I don't like those are the days that I don't like to be like out, you know, doing stuff. Like I just like to be at home. And I also do think that like, because of the early days of my epilepsy, I think that's really a lot of when it's kind of started me like not liking going out and doing a lot of stuff, because I really just, when I, you know, knew what it was, I didn't know when it would happen. And so it was just scary to me, you know? It's sometimes weird to me that I am epileptic because I don't really, so my ex's brother had a form of epilepsy. He had like several different issues, medical issues, but one of them was epilepsy, and he would have like 30 seizures a day, like serious seizures, to the point where he had to like wear a helmet and stuff. I mean, it was real severe. And like, I don't relate to that because that's not like the kind that I have or the story that I have. And mine has been able to be managed by medicine for almost 20 years at this point, 20 years, I think, at this point. So I think I was 27 or 28 when I got diagnosed. So like, to me, like, it's not something that I think about on a daily basis other than I have to take my medicine every day and every night. I don't really ever like consciously think about it. And one of the things that's interesting to me is that whenever I talk about it in my videos, I always get a couple people that are like, thank you for talking. I'll get like emails from people and they'll be like, thank you for talking about it. I was recently diagnosed as being epileptic and I'm so embarrassed of it and I feel so ashamed. That is something I never related. Like, I don't relate to that. Like, I never felt that. I felt from the very beginning, I didn't understand it, and it came out kind of like out of nowhere. But you know, I had the signs leading up to it. They just couldn't figure out what it was. I had been tested for so many different things and they couldn't figure out what it was. I just keep on seeing things over there, and now there's a little rabbit. I hope the coyote doesn't get the little rabbit. But I felt so relieved when they did find out what had happened, even though it took a car accident to find out, you know, like, I mean, thank God I didn't hurt anybody, but to find out what it was. But I just was so relieved that I finally knew what this thing was. And the way that people would explain it to me is, here's like where's my hat? Oh, I didn't bring my hat with me. But like, if I was sitting there and I was talking to you, I go like that. Did it just go in my drink? So I would like have these spasms that almost look like Tourette's syndrome, but I would like my coworkers and my supervisor and stuff would say that like my eyes like rolled back in my head. They said there'd be like a second where I would be like, my eyes would roll back in my head and then I'd go like that. That's what it looked like. And I would have like 15 to 20 of those a day. Some days 5, some days not at all. But they seemed like if I had them during the morning, they progressively got worse and worse and worse. And sometimes I would like I would drop coffee and spill coffee on people. I would have a cup of coffee and I'd be like that. And I didn't, like, typically after it happened, I didn't remember that it had happened unless there was lost time. If I was sitting there talking to somebody and I wasn't holding anything, I never knew it happened. I would just think like I stuttered, or I'd be like, what were we talking about? Like, I just had like a lapse, you know, in a moment. But like sometimes if I was at home and I was sitting there and, you know, like something, you know, like sometimes if I was at home and I was sitting there and, I'm trying to think of an example, but like, if I was like holding a glass and the next thing I knew, the glass would like slip to the floor. Like, I knew something was going on, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And, it was just weird. And so I was real relieved when they found out what it was. And like, I had had EEGs or EKGs or all those things. And I had had the, I'd had tons, you know, of, what do you call it? Shoot. Why can't I think of it? Oh, the thing where you go into it and it's like, I hate that thing so much. Why can't I think of what that thing is called, since it's such a part of my life still to this day? Why can't I think of what it's called? But you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'd had all the tests, not a CAT scan, but MRI, an MRI. But you know, I had had all those tests and they couldn't find anything. Like, couldn't find anything wrong, you know? And so then when I had had the accident with my car and they brought me to the hospital, they like hooked me up to all that stuff and they just like seizure activity everywhere. Like, they just saw it everywhere. And so that's when I got diagnosed. And I just was so grateful that I like knew what it was, you know. But I remember I got all these books and I took them into my neurologist, who's like one of the leading neurologists, you know, in the state of Indiana. And he's like, well, he's no longer practicing, but he was like one of my dad's really, really good friends. And I go to one of his partners now, but he was one of my dad's really good friends, and so I went in there, and, like, I knew him, you know, and I had, like, all these books and stuff, and I was like, okay, like, you know, blah, 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 and he goes, I'll never forget this, he took the books and he just pushed them away, and I was like, he goes, you just need to listen to what I need to tell you. He goes, I've been doing this for a long time, I know what I'm talking about, and he was like, and if you want to get a second opinion, you can get a second opinion, but he's like, you need to take this medicine, and the only time that we ever questioned changing the medicine, I've been on the same dose of medicine for 20 years. The only time we ever talked about changing it was, so I'm on Depakote for it, was changing it from Depakote to Lamictal because I was gaining so much weight at one point. And on Lamictal, you supposedly don't gain so much weight. But I started taking Lamictal and I didn't like how it made me feel at all. And, so we switched back to Depakote, and I've been on Depakote ever since. And I very, very, very rarely ever feel like seizure-ish. I'll feel off that I can't explain it, and I'll think, oh, is today like a seizure day? Like, that's kind of how I say it to Alex, like, when we're talking. But, like, and he knows what that means. Like, I need to kind of, like, sit and, you know, be calm and whatever, but, yeah, I don't really think about it a whole lot, you know? I mean, it's definitely something that I'm aware of. There's a lot of things I can't do. I don't have the what is it, the orbital or the optical, you know, like, issues, like, but I can't look right at flashing lights. Like, I sometimes have to, like, if we're at a concert, the last time this happened was when Alex and I and Carlos and Liliana went to, was it Rufus du Sol? And their, like, light show is just like this, and it was just like black, it was like white lights like this, and I remember I had to, like, look down at the ground. It's not even that it makes me feel like seizure-ish, it hurts my head, it hurts my eyes, and so I have to look down at the ground until, like, I kind of, like, I don't close my eyes, I, like, look down at the ground until I can kind of, like, get used to the lights, but where I can slowly kind of, like, be part of it again. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, I'm looking at the lights over here, so I'm not looking at them directly, so I can kind of, like, slowly look back up. With Ultra and things like that, there's so much going on that it's like at a carnival. Like, it doesn't really bother me. And they're so far away that even, like, the big ones, like, don't bother me that much. Now, I don't go on roller coasters, but I hated roller coasters before anyway, so, like, that's no big deal. And there's things that I don't trust myself. I don't dislike heights. Like, heights don't, like, I don't love them, but, like, I'm not, like, I don't have a fear of heights, but I also don't chance it because, I mean, God forbid, like, something would happen to me and I would be, like, on top of a building or something, you know, like, so I'm very careful around situations like that. Yeah, and I think that's just what it is. It's just about, you know, being careful and being aware of your surroundings. It just got so hot in here. And being educated on what you have and how to take care of yourself, and, you know, and I'm just like my recovery, you know, every doctor in my life, every professional person that I see, everybody that I know knows that I'm epileptic. They all know that I'm in recovery. These are not secrets that I keep from people. You know, these are things that I think are important for the people in my life to know, so that, you know, if I were in a situation where I needed, you know, something like, it's important for me that people know that. Like, you know, when I go in and I, you know, if I start to go see, like, a new dentist or something, you know, the first thing I do is, like, when it's on there and it says, do you have any issues we need to know about or any medical issues, I always put that I'm epileptic on there, and I always put, well, first I put that I'm in recovery. And I always say that I cannot have any habit-forming medications or narcotics. I always put that on there. And there's always a conversation. And I will tell you that conversation has changed so much over the last 25 years. It's interesting. Like, in the first 5 years, 10 years, I would say, I got people that didn't really understand but asked to be educated about it. And they'd say, so what do we do in a situation where if you have to have narcotics? And I'm like, well, I can have narcotics if somebody else gives them to me and doles them out to me, but I can't be in control of it myself. And I would prefer, if there were an alternative, to have an alternative rather than, but if I'm in a situation where I have to have a pain medication, no, I'm gonna have a pain medication. Like, I'm not gonna go through that. And I always explain, like, what's recommended as far as, like, being in recovery. Thankfully, in 25 years, that's never happened to me, but I have friends of mine that has happened to, and they do what we're taught to do, that, you know, like, their husbands or wives or mom or whoever, you know, friend, goes and gets some medication and then doles it out to them as prescribed, and then when they don't need it anymore, they get rid of it. And that's what we're taught to do, you know, so that we don't abuse the drug or the substance. But, like, I haven't had my wisdom teeth out, and my old dentist used to say to me, she said, you're gonna be real pissed, because you're gonna call me on, like, a Friday of a long, like, Memorial Day weekend, and I'm not gonna be able to get you in. And she was like, until Tuesday, and you're gonna be in a lot of pain, and I will not call you in narcotics because you've asked me not to. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, and the best you're gonna be able to do is, like, naproxen, you know, which is like Aleve. So thankfully that hasn't happened yet, you know what I mean? But I think it's just about being careful and being aware, and me being epileptic is part of one of those things, and educating the people. It's my job to educate people on what that means. You know, people don't know. And just like I read in the comments, there's so many different people. There could be somebody that has 20 seizures a day, and there can be somebody like me that is hardly affected by it on a daily basis. But that also doesn't mean that tomorrow that it couldn't happen, you know, again, or whatever. Alex said something to me one day about, I can't remember what he said. We were like this was like probably last fall or something. I mean, we've had a lot of conversations about me being epileptic, but we don't really talk about it, you know what I mean? Like, I'll kind of explain things to him or whatever. But we were talking one day, and he said something about, like, my medicine. Like, I said something about not having my medicine for a trip. I was like, it was some prescription I was calling in, and I was worried it didn't get approved by my insurance company. And then I was like, well, I hope this gets approved, because if it doesn't get approved, then, you know, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and blah, 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 whatever. And he goes, where were we going? Because it was like a real short trip. Maybe it was Dallas that weekend. I had, like, enough, except for the last day, like that Monday. And he said, could you not just go, like, one day with, I had, like, enough for, like, except for the night dose. So I had, like, my morning dose, but I didn't have my night dose for that day that we got back. But so then I could have got it the next morning and been fine, but I would just missed a dose. And he was like, well, what? And I said, that's not my fear. My fear isn't coming back and missing one dose. If I miss a dose, I've missed other doses, right? And you don't double up, you just miss that dose. And sometimes you do feel it, because it's like this, because you build up a level in your system, and so sometimes it's like that, you feel that dip. You really do. If you're, like, on any kind of medication where you, like, build up a level in your system, you'll know what I'm talking about. And so I said something to him about, I go, that's not my fear. My fear is that what if we get stuck and we get delayed on coming back 2 days, and I have no medication for 2 days? And he goes, well, what would happen? And I realized we had never had this conversation before. Like, I mean, such a just like important conversation. And I said, I will go into well, I think we had some kind of conversation about it, because, you know, he knows how much I need the medication. But I said, I will go into seizures if I stop taking my medication. And he goes, how soon? And I said, I don't know. That was the part. He goes, you've never said how soon. And I said, I have no idea. Like, I mean, it could be, I don't think it would be 3 or 4 days. I think it would be like 5 or 6 days, but, like, who knows? You know what I mean? I don't want to chance that. I don't want to risk that. It's scary to me. So anyway, enough about all of that. I am going to get off here now and listen to some of my audiobook. I was going to only vlog for an hour tonight. I think I've vlogged much longer. So anyway, make the outro. If you listen to the outro, then you are a cool cat. Anyway, there's my new cool cat. There's my new outro song. I'm gonna make this real quick so I can get this done in time by the 30 minutes. And we're at 28 minutes and 15 seconds. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this. If you made it this far, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you comment in the comment section below. Make sure that you're still subscribed. Leave a blue heart for the wolf pack. I'm trying to fix my hair. I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks fierce. Leave a blue heart for the OG wolf pack, and for all the essential workers out there, leave your favorite emoji of life. I don't care what it is, but leave a bunch of them, okay? And that will make the whole comment section real colorful. And it could be hearts, it could be whatever. And then, yeah, so I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday, my favorite day of the week, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Do something fun today, do something relaxing, make the most of your day. Do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it tomorrow or a week from now or next year or 60 years or 69 years. And and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you tell yourself that you love yourself and say I love you to yourself every single day in the mirror. I love you. And make sure that you do at least one daily affirmation. You say today is going to be an amazing day full of just opportunity and laughter, and I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day today. Or, you know, say tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day tomorrow. Most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody, like I said earlier, and let them know how much they mean to you. It's going to stop, so I'm going to stop it before it does. Hold on. And finish it. Most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you, and just say, hey, listen, I was thinking of you today and I just wanted you to know, and I hope you're doing okay through all this. We don't even have to tell people we love them. We don't even have to tell people we like them. We don't even have to like them. We can just say, hey, I just wanted you to know I was thinking of you today, and I hope you're doing okay. Maybe somebody that's all alone during this, just reach out to them and, you know, and say, hey, I know you're alone right now and I hope you're doing okay. Is there any, you know, thing I can do to make things better for you? So, let's also practice random acts of kindness, like I always say. And what's the most important part of that? Don't tell anyone. Just do it because it's the right thing to do, because it's a nice thing to do. Just do it because, yeah, that's what good GDs do, is that, we do random acts of kindness and we're nice to other people, and we try to put goodness and love and compassion and all of that stuff out there into the world, and practice lives of forgiveness and tolerance, love, compassion, and good. It's just to be good. And I think that's it. Yeah, I hope you guys are, now I have all the time in the world, so I don't have to be worried about being rushed. And I went a minute and 15 over, and I'm halfway through this battery. Can you believe it? So I must have vlogged for a long time tonight. Anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, anyway, I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.